All right, today I'm going to be showing you how to do the rear brake pads and rotor replacement on a 2013 Toyota Rav4. This might be similar to other previous models or newer models. I am doing it on the lift, but you can do it on the floor, obviously. Now I'll just give you the jacking up points. Jacking up points, you can jack it up from right here where the subframe is on the rear. Same thing, you can probably jack it up from right here, but I would prefer you to jack it up right here. As well as for jack standpoints, you can either put them right here, or you can put them at where the knuckle is on the where the little the bushing is. Let me show you. So you can either put them right there or at the pinch weld. Make sure you see the indentation pinch weld right there. Preferably if you can do it right there. But if you haven't already, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions, and hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future. We're going to go ahead and start this video right after the intro. All right, so first things first, we need to pop off our hubcap. So we're just going to grab right here on where this piece is. And same thing, you want to use both hands, and then we're just going to go ahead and push away. So I'm going to use my thumbs that's going to press against the tire, and I'm just going to kind of wiggle it right out. So you're going to use a little pressure. If you start hearing it crack, then go ahead and stop what you're doing and then put your hand in a different location, or grab right here in this inner side to pull apart. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take off our lug nuts. That is a 21 millimeter. All right, so we're gonna have a few bolts that we need to take off. So we got two 14 millimeter bolts. So one right here that's on the caliper, and then one down below. And then right after that, all right, so the other two screws are gonna be 17 millimeters. So there's one right here, and then there's one right under the brake caliper. So that's the bracket that we're gonna be taking off apart from the caliper itself. So also, when taking off these bolts, sometimes these inner guide pins might spin around. So you could probably get some pliers and squeeze the bolt, the actual guide pin itself where the nut is. Usually I would say stick a wrench in there, but some of the wrenches that you might have might be a little bit too thick and it will get stuck. But make sure you don't pinch the boot. So there's an outer top hat lip right there. As for the caliper, I'm just going to let it hang. I know some of you don't want it to hang. You can put it on the control arm, so we can just hang it right there. The caliper is light if you do hang it on the line itself, so just so you're fully aware. So as for the rotor, make sure that your emergency brake is not on, or else you won't be able to take off the rotor. So let's say if the rotor doesn't want to come off, you just tap on if you're going to be reusing it to go get a resurface, just make sure you tap right here on the top hat, just so you can break apart, and then it should come right out. But I'm replacing the rotors, and we need to go ahead and save this little rubber boot right here. So you're just going to go on the inner side right here and just push it out with your thumb. And then on the other side, once it comes right out, we'll just go ahead and pull that back, just like that. Now would be a great time to make sure that your wheel bearing is not bad. So you would just spin it. If you hear a growling sound, then you would need to replace it. Check, inspect your brake pad, your brake shoes. This one has some meat. So usually for the original ones, they have these little white dots right there, so you can kind of get a little indication. Once they start going down more, then you would want to replace them. All right, so next we're gonna go ahead and put back the little rubber boot on the new one. You just push it right in there until it's fully seated. Go ahead and put in the rotor, spin it. If you hear like a little semi-scraping, just like that, that's perfectly fine. All right, so next step, we are going to compress the caliper. You can either get the right tool for this job, or you just use some pliers, which I'm using. I'm going to be just using some vice grips or some channel locks. Just clean up your dust boot area from any debris. I think this one's nah, this is good still. So basically what we want to do is that we want to squeeze right here and the lip. So that's all you want to do. You want to squeeze that little lip right there and just squeeze it. It should collapse. Alright, so now that we got that compressed, as you can see right there, we have a little, the boot is sticking out. So as you can see, the boot that's sticking out. So what we're going to go ahead and do is that we're going to peel back the inner side. So we're just going to pull that right back. And just kind of not pull it back too much. We just want to pull in a certain amount. And then you're going to hear some air escaping. So once you hear the air escape, then you can go ahead and just push down with your finger. You might need to repeat this process a couple times. We just want the boot just to be tucked up in there. So I still have like a little semi-air in there. Not the end of the world, but again, the boot won't be in the way once the piston collapse. So we'll go ahead and set this right back right there. All right, so next thing, we need to grease up the guide pins. We need to take off our old brake pads. I know this one has some meat, but the other side didn't have any at all. And then for your new pads, if they didn't come with these are wear indicators. I mean, if you don't have them, it's not the end of the world, but I would like to have them just so so our customer doesn't get metal on metal and put their life at risk. So we're gonna just pry right in here and just walk it. So that's all you're doing is just, you're gonna walk it. And then you're just gonna swing it right up and forth until right about there, how you can see a little lip. So poor camera quality view. And then you're just gonna pull these right back and then just wing it back. So if you pull out this lip right here, we'll bend it back in place when we push it on the new one. And then we're gonna go ahead and repeat the same process for the other one. You could probably just walk them back and forth just like that. All right, so we need to go ahead and grease our guide pins. So you need to always do this all the time. So pull back the boot and just spin this out the way. And as you can see, this barely has any grease. And then we'll just use some brake grease just to lubricate this guide pin. Be pretty generous on it. So pretty nice, decent coat. Just like that. And just slide it in. Just do one guide pin at a time. So now we're going to go ahead and replace the hardware. So the way how you would replace the hardware is that you'd pop these guys back just like that. And then same thing for the bottom one and the top one. All right, so with our new hardware kit, I got two sets. So you need to make sure when you're installing this set that they both hug. I'll show this right now. So when you drive this in, you need to make sure that, if I can see, if you guys can see that both pins hug it. So there's like an inner and outside. If they're not hugging that, then you obviously did something wrong. So right here you have your little butterfly wing. You need to press that down with your middle finger and make sure it's fully seated. If not, it'll be rubbing against the motor or the rotor. I think there's one. I think this is the one that's too big. Yeah, so right here, as you can see, that one is wrong. See how it moves around in there? Even though it's fully, whoops, sorry. Even though that's fully seated in, that's the one that you don't want. So that one we're gonna be tossing. So again, once we install this, you're gonna kind of go in nose diving. So just like that, start it off like that, and then just bring it in, and then push that down inside the middle. And there you have it. So go ahead and spin your guide pins, and then we're ready to go ahead and bolt these up. All right, so next thing, we're gonna go ahead and put in our brake pads, but before we do that, we need to grease them up and we need to put in our wear indicator signs. So our wear indicator signs, they need to go, make sure that you guys can see this. So we need to push down just like that, as you can see. So we're gonna start them off like that and then push them inward. Since I already kind of reused these, I gotta bend these guys back in place. So just like that. So that's how you wanna have these guys. And then you want these seated on the bottom. So not on top, you want them on the bottom. Whoops, actually put that one on wrong. So make sure that's in there. So, all right, so there we have it. We're gonna go ahead and set these on the bottom because our bottom is actually gonna be wearing out the fastest because our rotor's spinning mostly that way. So greasing contact points, we're gonna go ahead and just grease our little lip right there. Bottom, we'll grease right there, and then on the inside, and that's pretty much it. So we're gonna go ahead and repeat that for the other ones. All right, so when we install these, it can be a little tedious sometimes, but try to spin it in. So go in, nose in, just like that. So as you can see right here, so we want to go in at an angle. So we want to just drive it in like at an angle and then just spin it right in. And then we're going to do the same thing for the back one. And then we'll go ahead and put in our caliper. So once you're spinning these guys, when you're tightening up the bolts, if these guys are spinning with them, just go ahead and grab your pliers again and hold these guys in as you tighten them down. Go ahead and tighten down the lug nuts. You want to go ahead and do this in a star pattern. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And make sure that the rim is fully seated down when you're tightening down the bolts. And obviously if you have your hubcap, make sure that you start off in the bottom and then work your way around. After you're done doing the job, you need to go back in the vehicle, start the car, and then go ahead and pump up the brakes until the brakes get firm. So once they get nice and firm, then you're all set and done. If this video helped you out, give it a thumbs up, comment down below if you have any questions, and hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos in the future, and thanks for watching.